Hello, folks. It's Mitch Boyle, triple double sports cards, and we've got some stuff back from PSA. I think I mentioned that in the last video. 86, 87 Fleer stickers. Now, I started submitting things back in May. This was one of the first submissions outside of the high-end stuff, which, of course, you guys know gets back sooner. So 71 cards came back. And I wanted to do this as a blind reveal, but I got a notification from PSA that they had to up my rates, which means I got some better grades than I thought I was going to get, which is a good thing. So, but I don't get to do that kind of surprise thing. Nonetheless, this 86-87 Fleer sticker submission has everything but Olajuwon and Jordan. Those are separate submissions. Jordan was great to go, and Olajuwon just didn't make it this time. So we're going to see Bird, Magic, and Irving. And let's see, Ewing, Dantley, and Alex English. And then I've got another one of Isaiah Thomas and Dominique Wilkins. And actually, Julius will be in the next one, won't be on this one. So let's go ahead and get started here. I wanted to tell you an interesting story about these sticker sets that I got. Purchased them back in 1990, and I think you folks remember Sports Collector's Digest. Remember, it came weekly, and there'd be ads, and you'd jump on them and get great deals if you could. In this particular case, the deal that I saw was sticker sets, 86, 87, as we're looking at now, for $25 for an entire set. So I bought 20 of them. I think there was 30 total. Of course, I regret not buying all of them. But I got them, and they were in bags. And, of course, I sent them off for submission. And as you guys know, I'm doing vintage basketball. Collected most of my stuff back in the early 90s, late 80s. And so, yeah, here we go. So the first two cards, Larry Bird sticker number 2 and Kareem's number 1, and I have a separate submission on that as well. Pretty happy with these first two grades, 8.5 and an 8. And I want to say, you know, does the 8 get you around $100? The 8.5, $1.50, something like that, I believe. And I'll be going 2 at a time here today. Yeah, so it was fun looking back on how I purchased these and what kind of grades ultimately I'm getting. So in this particular case, we've got an 8 and a 9. I always like to look at the difference between the two. From a centering standpoint, yeah, the 9 is pretty darn good. One of the interesting things about these stickers is that they tended to be more, I use this word, trapezoidal, where they would twist the photo within the frame. And I don't know how that ever happened. And I'm going to guess that's what caused this card on the right from not being a 10. And as you guys know, 10s are super rare in these stickers. They are about as hard to get as anything. They're much more harder, I think, than the regular Fleer product. Got an 8 and a 9 here again. What is the 9 going for? Is it $350, $400, something like that? Both really nice looking cards. But again, you can see the centering difference here between these two. And I know I put the one on the right a little bit askew, so it's not perfectly easy to tell. But the one on the left does have a centering tolerance issue where the card, or the photo I should say, is more shifted to the right. So triple double sports cards. And how many total do I have here today of these stickers? Probably 40, but we'll cruise through this pretty quick. I thought this one is interesting in that you've got, again, 2 Larry Bird cards, but one had a print defect. And, you know, I have to tell you, I looked up and down at this card, and I'm thinking it might be that part over there by the Fleer sticker where you got some dots. But honestly, I couldn't find the issue. And I hope to describe that when I go to sell these, because really I think this 9 with the quote PD is in better shape than most of the 8s that I got here. All right, a Larry Bird. This is the last of the Larrys, although I have other ones, but I just wanted to show you an overview. So another 8. And then we've got Adrian Dantley. So as opposed to a Larry Bird, probably in the 300 to 400 range for 9. Dantley's probably in the, I don't know, I'm guessing 80 to 150 range over the last 5 months. It's really interesting because people are very intelligent about the difference between some 9s and other 9s. So depending on how people put it under a microscope, if you will, one 9 can get a lot more money in an auction or for sale on a buy it now, if you will, than others. All right, so we've got Adrian Dantley again with an 8, and now we're throwing in Alex English. The Alex English is super well centered, but so is that Adrian Dantley. And honestly, the AD probably should have gotten a higher grade outside of maybe there's some corner issues, but man, you look on that thing, looks pretty good to me. Let's just take a closer look. Huh. Me no no. But anyway, nice stickers nonetheless. I do like these cards. Of course, everybody loves this format. I guess it's because a little bit of nostalgia and because of the fact that it's probably the highest demand basketball set in history. Beyond Jordan, of course, you got Barkley and Elijah Wan and Dominique and James Worthy, Isaiah Thomas. I'm not going to remember all the rookies, but that's just a bit of them, including, I think, Alex English here and Adrian Dantley as well. And of course, I think, is it true that every sticker is a Hall of Famer? I think that's right. Wow. I just thought of that. It's kind of a big deal. All right, let's go to Magic Johnson. I've got probably 10, 14 of these. Magic goes for a little bit more than Larry, and I think it might be because some of the issues with this card, and tell you centering is tough on this. As you can see, we've got this 8 here on the right where there is some centering left to right. Gosh, that one on the left is in good shape. And I'm guessing it might be this lower corner here. Whoops, well, we're not going to be able to see that, but that lower left-hand corner on that 8 that's on the left. But you got Kurt Rambis in the background, and of course they're playing at the Forum. I think I've mentioned this before, but a lot of pictures back in the 80s. A lot of photographers would take their pictures at the Forum, probably just because of ease in media, of course. All right, Earvin Magic Johnson again. Like I said, our first 9. I want to say again, these go a little bit more for than the Birds do in the 8s and 9s. I think the 8s might be in the mid 150s, and the 9s might be creeping up around 400 now. Maybe even a little bit more. All right, let's continue on here. We have got another 9. This is a good chance for us to take a good look at the difference between an 8 and a 9. It's not easy to tell, is it? Huh. You know that it's weird, and it might be distorted just because of the camera, but it looks like that upper left-hand corner on the 8 there, maybe that's just popping forward, and that's why it's making it look a little curved. I'm sure if it was a miscut, they would have whacked me on it, and they have before. The 9 is way better centered from a top to bottom, though, as you guys are seeing. So there's that. All righty, we have got, I think, another 8 or so to go. And I think these are the last 2 of the Magic Johnsons, and then we get to Patrick Ewing. So, folks, there it is, the Gem Mint 10. I saw this going for very recently over $2,700, and honestly, when we get our website Triple Double Sports Cards up and running in March, and this goes for sale, I'm gonna probably list it at well over $5,000, and who knows what'll happen between now and then. But I think the population between Beckett and PSA on this card is well over 5,000 graded cards, and there's only, what, 43 that have ever been graded as a Gem Mint 10, so I'm pretty excited about that. And this 9 ain't too bad either when you look at them together. God, if you're a grader, you're going, well, I guess I have to give this guy a 10 somewhere because he submitted 14 of these stickers. They don't do that, I know, but it's kind of interesting to think about. All right, we're down to Patrick Ewing, and I think I got 6 or so of those. Patrick Ewing. All right. 8.5 and an 8. You know, it's interesting, Ewing, these cards aren't going for as much as I thought, considering he's probably the most recognizable Nick in 40 or 50 years. Certainly the Nick that fans want to hang their hat on. Took them to the finals where they lost to the Houston Rockets, which was an interesting series. 8.5 and an 8. Those are going between the two of them anywhere from, you know, 100 to $200. All right, a couple more Patrick Ewings, Georgetown grad. I think that's James Donaldson. Remember James Donaldson? I think he played for the Mavericks and the Sonics as well. We've got an 8 and a 9 here. You can see where there's a centering issue even on the 9 though, and it's mostly left to right, top to bottom, off a tad bit as well. But these are two really nice cards. And by the way, the 9, boy, those edges are super, super nice. We got 2 more to go, folks. Really happy to get that 10 from Magic Johnson. Like I said, I think that card is worth a lot, and maybe a lot more than what it's going for. Certainly you don't see them go for sale very often. We got another 9 Patrick Ewing. Perfect corners, really nice edges, and just off center, a little bit left to right. The 8, off center more top to bottom. So anyway, that was fun. First round of stickers that we got back. Like I said, the next one we'll be looking at Isaiah, Dominique, and Julia Serving. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this sticker reveal 8687 Flair. It's Mitch Boyle. Please subscribe, like, and mostly I'd love your opinions about what you saw and just an overall view of these cards. I always love the opinions and love the fact that you give me your ideas. So again, thanks so much for watching. Mitch Boyle, Triple Double Sports.
I saw you through the window just the other day, a model of the perfect girl on display. For reasons that I can't ever explain, again, I'm falling for some